From abandoned to respected, 8 steps to reverse your relationship with your child. Have you ever woken up and felt like the child you've nurtured for years suddenly no longer listens to you? That feeling of being ignored, of losing that deep connection with your grown-up children, is something many of us experience as we age. It's painful. It's heartbreaking. You've spent years guiding, loving, and sacrificing for them, and now when you need them the most, they're not there in the way you once imagined. Instead of the support you once expected, you feel like a burden, like someone who's just in the way. But why does this happen? And more importantly, how can we overcome it? In this video, we'll dive deep into understanding these feelings of loneliness and disconnection, and explore how to regain your sense of purpose and joy, living for yourself, not just for the attention or approval of your children. Let's take a journey together and discover how you can reclaim your happiness and feel truly valued in your own life. Stay tuned, make sure to subscribe and share your thoughts. Let's connect and support one another. Number 1, anger doesn't help. When your children don't respect you, anger won't help. In fact, anger only creates a bigger gap between you and them. Arguments often lead to silence and coldness, making it harder to rebuild your relationship. So what's the solution? Instead of getting angry, you need a smart, calm, and decisive strategy. One of the key principles in regaining respect is understanding that while you can't control the actions of others, you can control how you react. To become the role model your children can look up to and respect, maintain your composure and speak firmly but gently. One of the most effective ways is open communication. Create a safe space where your children can express their feelings and thoughts without fear of judgment. Listen to them seriously, show respect for their emotions, and then communicate your own desires in a calm and easy-to-accept manner. As the famous psychologist Carl Rogers once said, "Listening is how you show respect for others." Additionally, learn to express assertiveness without shouting or using harsh words. Assertiveness means clearly communicating your boundaries and desires without hurting others. Once you know what's truly important for both you and your family, maintaining those boundaries and demanding respect will come more naturally. Another critical point is consistency in your actions. Children won't respect you if they don't see consistency in how you behave. Set clear rules in your household and always stand by them. If you allow disrespectful behavior without a clear response, your children will think they can easily overpower you. To truly change the relationship, you must also lead by example. If you want your children to behave respectfully, ensure that you show respect in your actions. Stay calm, respect others' opinions, and always act with integrity. In reality, your children will never respect you if you don't respect yourself first. Take care of yourself, maintain both physical and mental health, so when you face challenging situations, you can handle them wisely. As Aristotle said, respect for oneself is the foundation of all relationships. Lastly, forgiveness plays an essential role. Your children will make mistakes, and so will you. No one is perfect. By forgiving, not only your children but also yourself, you create a lighter, more manageable family dynamic. As Nelson Mandela shared, forgiveness is not forgetting, but the understanding that we have learned from our mistakes. Regaining respect from your children isn't easy, but with patience, calmness, and the right strategy, you can rebuild a relationship filled with respect and love. Remember, you are the first one in the family who must respect yourself, and through that, your children will learn to respect you as well. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more life-changing tips and valuable insights. Together, we can create stronger, more loving relationships. Number 2, reestablish your position and value. When your children don't respect you, it's a situation no one wants to face, yet it's all too common in families. However, it's not something you have to accept. You deserve respect for all the sacrifices you've made over the years. The years spent raising your children weren't just about teaching them how to walk, talk, or go to school, but about being a role model, a guide, and leading them through life. However, the world changes for your children, and they may become busy with their own lives, leaving less time or energy for you. This can leave you feeling neglected or disrespected. But instead of feeling hurt or accepting the coldness, you have the power to change the way you interact to regain the respect you truly deserve. First and foremost, remember that you do not have to tolerate disrespect. You have value, and you are worthy of being respected, especially by your own children. Don't let their busyness or life changes make you feel unnecessary in the family. You are integral, and your role is vital. Start by re-establishing your self-worth. Sometimes when we don't receive respect from others, we forget that we are valuable and deserve good treatment. You are the one who sacrificed a lot for the family, and that should never be overlooked. Your contributions have shaped your children's growth, and you deserve recognition for that. A powerful way to re-establish your value is through communication. Start an open and honest conversation with your children about how you feel. Instead of expressing anger or sadness, gently share your emotions, helping them understand where you're coming from. Show them that you feel disrespected and that you want to hear more care and attention from them. In addition, you need to adjust how you handle things. Don't let their disrespect cause you to lose yourself. Begin by taking care of yourself, both in the way you communicate and in how you care for your well-being. Do things that boost your confidence and happiness. When you feel good about yourself, respect from others will naturally follow. Another key point is setting boundaries in your relationship with your children. When you don't set boundaries, they may lack respect because they don't see you taking yourself seriously. Be clear with them about what you expect and what is unacceptable. Boundaries are how you protect yourself and show that you're serious about receiving respect. Finally, remember that respect isn't something you can achieve overnight. It's a process that takes time, and it may take a while for your children to recognize and change their behavior. But if you're patient and steadfast, the results will come. As Maya Angelou once said, when people know you can stand firm, they cannot help but respect you. To help you reflect positively on this, ask yourself, am I doing everything I can to reconnect with my children? Am I maintaining my own values and demanding the respect I deserve? These questions will help you identify what needs to change and create opportunities for you to regain the respect you deserve. Remember, respect is a process that takes time, but you absolutely deserve it for everything you've contributed and all the sacrifices you've made. With patience and determination, you will be able to reestablish respect and love in your relationship with your children. In this life, no one can ask for something they haven't first given respect. Respect is not something you wait for others to give you. It's something you give to yourself. If you found this helpful, share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear how you're working to build more respectful relationships. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more valuable life lessons and practical advice. Number 3, self-respect is the beginning of respect. When you feel like your children don't respect you, the most important thing to remember is that respect must start with you. If you don't respect yourself, how can you expect others to? Margaret's story is a perfect example of how crucial it is to maintain self-respect and set boundaries in family relationships. Margaret was a strong woman, always putting the needs of her children first. She sacrificed her time, energy, and emotions to please them. However, this didn't just drain her physically and mentally, it also led to her children no longer seeing her as the strong, independent woman she once was. Instead, they began to take her for granted. In many situations, she gave in too much, not realizing that this only led to her children's lack of respect for her. The lesson from Margaret's story is simple. Don't seek approval from others. Don't let yourself become someone who constantly compromises and forgets about their own needs and feelings. When you set clear boundaries and stand firm in protecting your time and emotions, you not only maintain your self-respect, but you also teach your children the value of respect. One of the most important ways to regain respect from your children is to speak up. Don't be afraid to express your opinions. Clearly state what you want, what you need, and what you expect from your relationships. When you are not afraid to share your thoughts and feelings, you're teaching your children that respect is a fundamental value in any relationship, especially within the family. They will learn to appreciate you and understand that you deserve to be treated with the respect you desire. In addition to speaking up, setting boundaries is essential. When you set boundaries, your children will recognize that you have control over your life and emotions. When you refuse unreasonable or unfair demands, you're not only protecting yourself, but also teaching them a lesson in independence and respect. It sends the message that I matter and I deserve to be treated fairly. The feeling of being disrespected by your children can be painful, but it also offers an opportunity to reassess and establish new rules for your relationship. Perhaps you've been too lenient or simply didn't realize the importance of maintaining a strong presence within your family. When you learn to love and respect yourself, you also teach your children that respect is a key element in any healthy relationship. A question to reflect on. Have you ever felt overshadowed in your family relationships? How can you start building back the respect you deserve? We all know that life isn't always easy, and sometimes to maintain a healthy family relationship, you need to learn how to stand your ground. This doesn't mean giving up love or sacrifice, but knowing when to set clear boundaries and be firm about what you need and want. As Maya Angelou once said, when people show you who they are, believe them. This applies in family relationships too. If your children can't respect you, then it's time to show them just how much respect you deserve. By doing this, you not only protect yourself, but also create a healthy family environment where love and respect for one another are the foundation. Don't be afraid to speak up. Don't be afraid to set boundaries. Start with yourself and watch how your children's treatment of you will change. How can you begin making changes today? Try sitting down and thinking about the boundaries you need to set in your relationships. And remember, respect is a long journey, not an instant result. If you found this story valuable, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more practical life advice and lessons. We're constantly updating our content to help you on your journey. Also, let us know in the comments below how you've handled similar situations. Your story could inspire others. And don't forget to update the name and age of the character to ensure it aligns with your own journey and experience. Number 4, respect comes from calm and courage. Frank's story is a powerful lesson in the strength of calmness in relationships between parents and children. Frank, a father who had experienced many tense arguments with his children, realized that in the most difficult moments, it was his calm demeanor that held the key to regaining respect from his kids. Respect comes from calmness and composure is the profound message we can learn from his story. When we face challenging situations, especially with our children, instead of demanding respect, it is our calmness that holds more weight than any words. Frank had once been caught in a heated argument with his child, where every word seemed to turn into an endless battle. But instead of continuing the dispute, he chose silence, remaining calm and not reacting to his child's disrespectful behavior. It was this composed attitude that helped him regain not just respect, but affection from his children. He proved that respect cannot be demanded with words. It must be shown through calm actions and self-control. There is nothing more important than maintaining calmness in difficult situations, as Dalai Lama once said. Calmness is not only a way to show strength, but also a demonstration of our ability to control our emotions and actions. When we remain calm, we not only keep the respect of others, but also maintain respect for ourselves. In truth, being patient in controlling emotions is a challenge for many, especially in tense situations with children. But if you can learn to be patient and not react to disrespectful behavior, you will find that your children will gradually recognize and respect you more. And that is when you will regain a lasting relationship and the respect you truly deserve. So how can we truly maintain calmness and respect in family relationships? One effective way is to stop arguing and start listening. When you take the time to understand and listen to your children, you show them that you respect their thoughts and feelings. This not only improves your relationship, but also creates space for them to freely share their thoughts and emotions. Remember, respect begins with listening and sharing, not with criticizing or imposing. If you are facing conflicts with your children and find it difficult to maintain respect, try applying these strategies. Take the time to listen. When you listen to your children, you show them that you care and respect their feelings. This will help improve your relationship and open the door for better communication. Stay calm in all situations. Calmness in both actions and words makes you more respectable. Not reacting to disrespect from your children helps you handle situations better. Show love and care. Respect comes not only from words, but from the loving actions you show your children. Only when you truly care will they feel respected by you. Create space for open conversations. Sometimes children just need a space to be heard and understood. Don't forget to create opportunities for them to share their concerns, thoughts, and feelings. Learn to forgive and let go. Don't let small issues escalate into tension. Learn to forgive and let go to keep your family relationships healthy. Stand firm in family principles and values. When you show consistency in the principles and values that your family believes in, your children will learn to respect you and those values. Accept that change takes time. Respect cannot be built in a day. Be patient and give your children time to notice the changes in how you behave and act. Finally, remember, calmness is the greatest strength you can have, as Mahatma Gandhi once said. When you show calmness in every situation, you not only create a harmonious family environment, but also teach your children valuable lessons about respect and love. Try applying these methods in your life and see how respect in your family improves. Your children will notice this change, and you will certainly see results that match your efforts. Number 5, avoid emotionally relying on children. You might be wondering, why don't my children respect me? Or, what have I done wrong and how can I improve this relationship? The truth is, relationships between parents and children aren't always easy, especially when you feel that respect is lacking. It can be hurtful and frustrating. However, there are steps you can take to not only regain respect, but also to build a stronger, healthier family dynamic. One don't depend emotionally on your children. The relationship between parents and children becomes unbalanced when you start relying too much on them for feeling loved or valued. Waiting for daily phone calls, constant check-ins, or seeking attention from your children can make you feel insecure and create dependence. In reality, when you can't find joy and fulfillment within yourself, you place too much pressure on your children. Helen's story is a perfect example. She used to wait for a daily phone call from her daughter, feeling lonely and unloved if she didn't get one. However, after a period of time, Helen made a decision to change. She started living for herself, exploring her own hobbies and doing things she loved. As a result, her children began reaching out to her more. They no longer called out of obligation, but because they genuinely cared about her. This is a crucial lesson. When you live for yourself, you not only create your own happiness, but you also give your children the space to respect you more. 2. Create emotional independence. When you are emotionally independent, you no longer feel insecure or dependent on your children's respect. True respect comes from living a life that is full, independent, and self-reliant. When you can find joy and happiness within yourself, your children will see the strength and maturity in you, and respect will come naturally. 3. Communicate openly and honestly. If you feel disrespected, don't hesitate to share your feelings with your children. Talk to them gently but clearly about how you feel. Explain that you love them and just wish for respect in return. Sometimes an open conversation can be all it takes to turn things around. As Maya Angelou famously said, "We may encounter many defeats, but we must not be defeated." 4. Be a role model. If you want respect from your children, you must show respect to them first. Respect is not only shown through words, but through actions and behavior. When you treat your children fairly, listen to them, and always be ready to support them, they will learn respect from you. 5. Set clear boundaries. Boundaries are necessary to maintain a healthy relationship. You shouldn't allow your children to invade your personal space or demand that you do things you're not comfortable with. Teach your children that respect comes from understanding and respecting each person's limits. 6. Take care of your physical and mental health. One of the best ways to regain respect from your children is by maintaining good physical and mental health. When you are healthy, energetic, and confident, not only do you set an example for your children, but you also make them proud of you. Participate in physical activities, meditate, do yoga, and take care of your mental well-being to stay strong and vibrant. 7. Encourage independence in your children. Don't be afraid when your children want to be independent. Encouraging them to be self-sufficient will help them grow and respect you even more. Let your children solve their problems on their own instead of doing everything for them. Respect often comes from realizing that you trust their abilities. In conclusion, the parent-child relationship can always be improved if you don't just wait for respect to come, but actively create a healthy, respectful space for both yourself and your children. Remember, you don't need to wait for your children to respect you. Instead, start with yourself. Live the life you deserve and let your children see you as the role model they look up to. When you begin making these changes, your children will not only see you as a strong, independent parent, but also as someone they deeply respect. Try it out today and watch how these changes can bring positive results into your life. If you found this helpful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more valuable life lessons and practical tips. Also, make sure to update the name and age of the character in our content so we can keep things accurate and personal. Number 6, set clear boundaries. Have you ever felt like you're losing the respect of your children? That feeling can be deeply hurtful and disappointing, especially when you spent a lifetime nurturing, caring for, and guiding them. But did you know that regaining respect isn't impossible? In fact, you can absolutely change your behavior, rebuild the relationship, and earn the respect you truly deserve. Let's explore 7 powerful ways to regain your children's respect. 1. Set clear boundaries. The story of Robert is a great example. Robert was a successful businessman, but at home he felt like he was being overlooked. His children no longer respected him as they once did. After a while, he realized that not setting clear boundaries had turned him into an easy target within the family. He started setting clear, specific, and consistent boundaries with his children. Boundaries don't mean being rigid or harsh, but rather showing respect and love in a concrete way, Robert shared. And the results began to change. His children no longer felt they could push past the limits he had set. Robert didn't need to yell or lecture. He simply showed respect through his actions. 2. Be a leader, not just a role model. Leadership is not about telling others how to do things, but about creating opportunities for them to grow and discover. This is a quote from John C. Maxwell, a renowned leadership author. When you want your children to respect you, you need to be the leader in the family, not just the one who gives orders. This means creating an environment where your children feel free to express themselves, but still within the values and principles you've established. 3. Respect your children's privacy. Respect is not just about love, it's about respecting your children's privacy and personal space. When you give them room to breathe, they will feel valued and trusted. Just like you, they need time to develop and explore the world on their own. 4. Learn to listen. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, which is why we should listen twice as much as we speak. Listening isn't just hearing what your children say. It's truly understanding what they're going through, their worries and their emotions. When you listen, you show that you care and respect what they think and feel. 5. Evaluate and improve yourself. Sometimes the lack of respect comes from things that you might not be doing right. Ask yourself, am I setting the right example for my children? Self-awareness is a crucial part of regaining respect. Look for ways to improve, grow, and learn, because positive changes from you will inspire changes in your children as well. 6. Share your life lessons and experiences. One of the most powerful ways to regain respect is by sharing your valuable life experiences and lessons. You're not just a parent, you're also a teacher and a friend. Sharing your stories of the challenges you've faced and the decisions you've made will help your children understand and appreciate what you've gone through. 7. Build a relationship based on mutual respect and love. Finally, respect must be built from both sides. The relationship with your children is not a one-way street. You need to open your heart and accept that your children have the right to express their opinions and emotions. Creating an environment where both you and your children can communicate, understand, and respect each other will strengthen your family bond. Regaining respect from your children isn't easy, but with the right approach and patience, it's absolutely possible. Remember, respect is a precious gift that cannot be forced, but can only be earned through time and mutual understanding. So what will you do to regain respect in your family? Try applying these tips and share your results with me. Number 7. Unconditional love is not unconditional tolerance. Have you ever felt like your children no longer respect you as they once did? This is not uncommon, especially as we grow older and our relationship with our children evolves. But don't worry, you absolutely can regain their respect. One of the most important ways to do this is by changing how you approach your relationship with them. Unconditional love is not unconditional tolerance. George was once a loving father and grandfather, always ready to help his family. For many years, he did everything to care for them. But sadly, his unconditional love wasn't received as he had hoped. His children gradually became ungrateful and took his help for granted. He gave so much without placing any conditions on it, and as a result, they didn't feel the value of his help. Solution: stop giving endlessly and start setting conditions. When love has no limits, it can become a problem. Sometimes your love might make your children feel like they don't need to put in any effort or show respect toward you. This can make the relationship strained and lacking in respect. George's story is a crucial lesson. Unconditional sacrifice is not always the best way to educate and nurture respect. One effective way to regain respect is by changing how you love. Instead of giving endlessly, begin to set reasonable expectations and conditions. You can establish clear boundaries for your children's actions and require them to show respect toward you. When your children realize that not everything is given for free, they will learn the value of reciprocating love with respect and gratitude. 7 powerful ways to regain respect from your children. Set clear boundaries. You can't continue giving without receiving. Setting reasonable boundaries will help your children realize that you deserve respect, and they need to make an effort to be worthy of your love. Encourage independence. Your children need to learn how to be independent and solve problems on their own. If you're always ready to help, sometimes they might become overly dependent on you. Create opportunities for them to learn how to handle things independently. This will not only help them grow, but also increase their respect for you. Teach them about care and gratitude. Instead of focusing solely on providing for your children, teach them how to show gratitude. Small gestures like thanking you for your help will make a significant difference in how they treat you. Be a role model for respect. Your children will learn from you. If you want them to respect you, start by respecting them. Showing respect for their opinions and feelings will encourage them to treat you the same way. Discover the truth and listen. One of the best ways to rebuild respect is by showing you're a good listener. Address the issues your children face without judgment, but also without immediately agreeing. Listening carefully will help you better understand their needs and perspectives, while also showing them that you respect them. Use love as a teaching tool. Love is not about unconditional tolerance. Instead of shielding your children from all their mistakes, use your love to point out wrongdoings and encourage them to learn from those mistakes. Make decisions for yourself. You also need to take care of yourself. Don't let your children dominate your life. Create space for yourself. Do the things you enjoy, and maintain your physical and mental health. When you are happy and confident, you will naturally earn more respect from your children. Advice from famous figures. Love is not unconditional tolerance. It is a conscious decision to love and care in a way that helps us grow. Oprah Winfrey. Respect is a gift we give to each other, and it only holds value when it is reciprocated sincerely. Dalai Lama creating change. We all know that change is never easy, but when you decide to change how you approach your children, you'll see positive shifts. Your efforts will not only strengthen your relationship, but also teach your children valuable lessons about respect, gratitude, and independence. Think about it. How can you start making changes today? Are you ready to love conditionally and regain the respect you truly deserve? Number 8, live for yourself, not for your children's attention. Eleanor's story is a perfect example of the positive changes that can happen in a person's life. After her husband passed away, she felt lonely and helpless, unable to find joy in her life. Looking at what was happening, it seemed that she had spent too much time hoping for attention and care from her children. thinking that they would be the source of comfort in her later years. However, she soon realized that even though she received attention from her children, she still felt empty deep down. The feeling of loneliness couldn't be filled by others' attention. But Eleanor didn't let her life become dull and lifeless. She rediscovered her passions, the interests she had forgotten over the years. She returned to traveling, reading the books she loved, and volunteering. Little by little, she proved that her life didn't have to depend on her children's attention or anyone else's. It was a life she lived for herself, to find joy, fulfillment, and a natural sense of happiness. Many of us have likely experienced a feeling similar to Eleanor's. As we age, we often feel like we're no longer the center of attention, and sometimes that makes us feel abandoned or unimportant. However, what's crucial is understanding that happiness doesn't come from others' recognition, but from within. As Albert Einstein famously said, a person cannot find themselves in the reflection of another. This means you need to find the value and meaning of your life within yourself, rather than waiting for validation from outside sources. Eleanor's story is not only a lesson in independence and self-reliance, but it's also a testament to the changes each person can make. Her children saw this transformation and gradually came back to her, not because she begged for their attention, but because they saw a strong, confident, and energetic mother. They admired her because she chose to live for herself, not for their attention or love. This created a new and stronger bond between them. Ask yourself, am I living the life I truly want? Am I a part of my own story, or am I just a background character in a story I didn't write? Each of us has the ability to change, to rediscover our passions, hobbies, and joy in life, no matter our age. How we choose to live not only impacts ourselves, but also inspires those around us, including our children and family. One profound quote about aging that many people refer to is by Maya Angelou. We may not control all that happens to us, but we always have the right to decide how we respond to them. Indeed, aging can bring challenges in health, emotions, and spirit, but we can always choose how to face them. If you live for yourself, you'll feel complete, even if you're not always the center of attention. True happiness comes from freedom, choosing the life you want to live, not depending on others. By living for yourself, you not only change your life, but also set an example for your children and those around you. They will see that true happiness doesn't come from external things, but from taking control of your life, seeking passions, and living freely without being bound by expectations or the attention of others. So take a moment to look at your life today and ask yourself, am I living the life I truly want? Am I doing things that make me feel happy, fulfilled, and valued? Life will continue to change, but how you live and perceive that life is the most important thing. From abandoned to respected, 8 steps to reverse your relationship with your child.